That tail is, woo,
He's running. Let's give this egg-sucking leaf thing a try. Oh, yeah! Yeah! Oh, my goodness! Oh, yeah!
Hey, what's up? It's OutdoorVector here again. So I'm really excited to share about my trip that I took to Alaska recently. But I thought I'd talk a little bit first about what it took to plan getting there. So the website I'm showing right now is called alaska.org, and I use this website quite a bit to do some initial research on what are the possibilities of things to do, places to stay, and places to see. You can see down here on things to do, one of the things I went to first was to look about fishing charters, and then I also looked a lot about where to stay. And from here you can see you can stay in fishing lodges or just a regular hotel, or you can rent a cabin. So there's a lot of different choices here, including bed and breakfast too. The other website that I use quite a bit was alltrails.com. So I used this website to just research the different hiking trails that you could take. The thing I liked about All Trails is it does have this difficulty rating level, so you can kind of estimate what your journey will be like. So the other website that I used a lot of was just Google Maps itself. I used it to survey where we were flying into, which was Anchorage, all the way down Highway 1 onto the Kenai Peninsula itself. So after researching a little bit about where to go on the Kenai Peninsula, determined that it was kind of divided into two halves. The eastern half having Kenai Fjords National Park, and then the western half having most of the fishing on the Kenai River running along Highway 1, and then also out of Homer down south on the west coast. So we decided to set up camp in two areas, in Sterling on the west and in Seward on the east. Another general comment that I want to make is we went pretty late in the season here to go fishing. It's pretty much the end of September, beginning of October when we left, and the main reason why we chose to go at this time was because we found some great deals on airfare to Alaska for this time. So we just decided to book the air tickets first and then figure out lodging and then where we wanted to stay and what kind of hiking trails we wanted to go on after the fact.
Alright, finally getting on the flight.
Another thing I really wanted to point out to you is that you should take advantage of some deals that are out there on credit cards that you can sign up for. Of course, signing up for credit cards, do that with your own discretion, but if you keep track of things and just know what your benefits are and know what your payments are, then it actually can work out to be quite a good deal.
This flight is totally like a private charter flight. Ben, thanks for renting this plane out, man.
Do your research, but if you have some of these particular credit cards, one of the benefits that you could leverage is being able to go to these airport lounges. It's just really nice to get into one of these lounges if you have especially a long layover. There's less people around you when you're sitting down. You can get something to drink and you can have some nice food while you're waiting for your next flight. I do want to also mention that I'm no expert on Alaska. This was my first trip to Alaska ever. I know I probably have a lot to learn, so if you've got some tips and comments that can help me out on future trips that I may take out there, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Hopefully all the fishing gear made it here.
I did do a lot of reading and research on the web though, so if you have a question, put it down in the comments below and maybe I can answer it. Or maybe I can't and someone else can.
Halibut. It's a halibut, yeah. 9 foot 5 inches, 459 pounds. Oh, this is the Tahoe Suburban, our adventure wagon.
When I was researching Anchorage, I realized that there was a Costco in town. I don't know why that was a surprise to me, but it was a surprise to me. So we made a stop by Costco to do some quick shopping for supplies and snacks, and of course we also got an obligatory hot dog. So to drive from Anchorage to Angler's Lodge, where we're staying for the first half of our trip, just takes under about 3 hours, but it's a pretty simple drive. You just drive down Highway 1 towards Seward, and then it changes directions to go towards Sterling, Alaska, or Soldotna as well. I mentioned that the drive took us just under 3 hours, but I think it actually took us a little above 3 hours, just because there are so many of these spots along the road that you can just pull out to just enjoy the scenery that's around you. It is just pretty awesome just to see the views that you can see.
Summit Lake.
This stretch between Cooper Landing and the Russian River Campground, and then further west also all the way to Sterling and Soldotna, you'll find a lot of different fishing lodge areas and also fishing guide services. So I mentioned that we stayed at Angler's Lodge. Actually, when we booked the trip, booked at Soldotna B&B. But since we were pretty late in the season, they had some unexpected things come up, and they actually had to move us over to Angler's Lodge, which is another one of their properties. Turned out great for us. We really enjoyed staying there the 3 nights that we were there. So that pretty much brings me to the end of our first day. I put together some quick clips for the rest of the days that we spent there, just to let you know what you can expect in the episodes to come.
That tail is He's running. I'm not gonna lose this one. No. Really close to the glacier actually, but you can't quite get to it. Whoa, big jump there. Wow, look at this pass. Through the pass.
So be sure to hit that subscribe button below and the little bell so that you'll get notified when I put up new episodes.
Keep fishing, guys. Nice. Just lift up into the net. Yeah! All right. Woo! Nice job, Dave. Good fish, Dave. That's a good fish. Yo, this is amazing.
Well, until next time, have a great time outdoors.
Let's give this egg-sucking leech thing a try. Oh, yeah! Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah!